playing Stardew Valley for many years now, and not to toot my own horn or nothing, but I would consider myself a model member of the Pelican Town community. I helped rid the forest of its overgrowth, keep the beasts in the cave at bay, removed all the trash and debris from the water supply, and I've rebuilt that damn community centre more times than I care to imagine. All in all, I'm pretty much the backbone of this sleepy little hamlet. But in all my years of playing, there is just one thing I have yet to accomplish. I have never fallen victim to capitalism. I have never sided with JojaMart, never been the proud owner of one of their coveted membership cards, never helped turn that ratty old community centre into a shiny new warehouse, and I've never known the joys of owning an automated animal petter. So join with me today, friends, as I speedrun down that dark path of consumerism and corporate greed, and I sell my soul to join the JojaMart family. And to take us on that journey, we need a hero of the piece.
I wanted to embody her capitalistic ways and drew inspiration from the king of capitalism, Milburn Pennybags, or as you better know him, the Monopoly Man. But unfortunately, I ran out of characters, so Millie P-Bag it was. Millie spends most of her time on Get Off My Farm, and her most favourite thing in the world is, of course, capitalism. And with that, Millie was off to live out her wildest capitalistic dreams. Much like everybody else's first day in Stardew Valley, I received my complimentary parsnips and make my way outside to start clearing up this decrepit wasteland my grandfather left me. With enough land cleared, I planted my parsnips and headed into town to pledge my allegiance to the JojaMart. And to add further upset, I showed the townsfolk exactly what I think of them. Bought myself some more crops from the rival competitor, and with nothing else to do, I headed in for an early night. With the arrival of day 2 and all of my crops tended for, I decided to explore my new homestead. This was actually the first time I had ever experienced the beach farm, and I quickly found myself lost.
How do I get to Marnie? Okay, well, I've been this way, so she's got to be this way, right? That's got to be on my way to Marnie, right? Yeah, there we go.
With that crisis thankfully averted, I headed down to the docks to get the bamboo pole from Willie, and then promptly spent the afternoon fishing my little heart out. And it was here, while I was peacefully minding my own business and enjoying my afternoon, that I was befouled by such an atrocity that I don't think I'll ever recover from it.
Excuse me, sir? Sir, this is a Wendy's? Do you mind?
We've talked about this. Personal space. My apologies.
And after being violated in such a way, I decided enough was enough and I headed home. Day 3 brought the rain, which meant I could use that surplus of energy to get rid of some of the rest of the debris that was on my farm. I eventually got bored of clearing away on my farm and decided to go fishing instead, but in the real world I was getting quite distracted and not putting my true attention into the job at hand.
I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. Right, I'm bored of fishing anyway. Let's go to the mines.
But of course, it only being day 3, those plans didn't go well either.
I can't go to the mines yet. I'll help you. Let me help you. We can do this. We do this quicker. And I don't have my fishing rod, so I can't even fish for lake fish. This is a terrible vacation. My capitalistic adventure is just not being very capitalistic right now.
Defeated, soggy and sullen, I spent the rest of my evening fishing at the river. With the rain gone, day 4 was mostly me tending to my farm, clearing more debris away and foraging around town to see what sort of treasures I could unearth.
Ooh! I found a lost book. You are worthless to me.
And after my futile foraging attempts, I went fishing instead. On day 5, Marnie bought me this good boy, and naturally I had to name him after my very own good boy Chester, who is the sweetest angel and has never done anything wrong in his entire life.
His liar told you that.
But sadly, the arrival of a new friend clearly had me very distracted.
I'm well on my way to capitalism. Did I just fucking... I'm an idiot.
Farming blunders aside, I managed to get enough money to upgrade my backpack and then promptly spent the rest of the day clearing more of that debris and exploring more of my farm.
What's this? Oh! That's kind of cool. No, there's another one. Wow.
The next couple of days were mostly rinse and repeat. I tended my crops, I cut down some trees, I smashed some rocks, I did a lot of fishing.
An awful lot of fishing. And I also checked in with my lord and master to see if I was worthy enough to purchase one of the coveted Joja memberships.
Sorry, I didn't mean to fish you, oh lord and master. 5,000, okay. I don't have enough money, damn. Hello, I'm so sorry, I keep just causing murders.
After some sorely needed home renovations, I finally made it to the mines, where I spent most of the day breaking down rocks and fighting for my life, and even reaching level 5 of the mines before I called it a night. I was awoken on day 8 by the town's favourite incel banging on my door to give me blueprints for a furnace for reasons, and with the rain taking care of my crops for me, I was left to contemplate with what I should do today.
I think I'm going to get a chicken coop. I'm going to get that started. I'm going to get the coop and then get some chickens and then get some eggs and then hopefully try and get a mayonnaise press. Yeah, let's do that.
But once again, my eagerness was my downfall as I arrived at Robin's far too early.
Robin! Let me in! Let me in, Robin. Robin, I know you're there. Let me in, Robin. Oh, the coops are 4,000. I thought they were less than. I thought they were 2,000. Well, I don't have enough for a coop yet.
With yet another plan defeated, I headed into the mines to slay some slimes, break some rocks, and make it to level 10. Day 9, I arrived at Robin's too early yet again, but managed to successfully acquire a chicken coop while my dog had an existential crisis.
What the dog doing?
I spent the rest of the day in the mines gathering back the stone I spent on the coop and made it to level 15. I snuck behind the old community centre to get the Junimos statue and spent the rest of the evening fishing. The next handful of days saw mostly the same, tending my crops, petting and watering my dog, and a lot more fishing. I had also decided I was going to upgrade my axe the night before, but once again I fell to another farmyard blunder.
Wait, did I sell one too many bars? Okay.
So it was again back to the mines to get myself some more copper to hopefully get an axe at a later date. But at least I got to level 20 of the mines. I also remembered this day that the townsfolk give you money for doing tasks, so I started making use of that community notice board. And by the end of day 12, my coop was finally ready. But there was something even greater waiting for me come the morning.
Today's the day. This is it. Finally gonna be a Joja member.
Yes, I had finally earned enough money to get myself the coveted Joja membership. But there was one teensy problem.
Oh no, I can't go get my Joja membership because of the stupid egg festival.
Disheartened, I made a sad little mayonnaise press to put in my coop, and out of pure spite spent the rest of the day and into the night fishing on my farm. If you haven't noticed it already, there is one thing you'll learn very quickly about this playthrough. It's very repetitive. And that's because I'm trying to do everything in my power to get as much money as humanly possible, with the sole goal of completing the JojaMart run through by the end of summer. And it was on day 14 when I took that first step into achieving that goal.
Hi, Morris. Hi, babe. Yes. Yes! Woo!
With the membership card acquired, I was well on my way to living out that capitalistic dream. And to celebrate, I headed off to see Marnie to go get myself a pair of chickens.
Give me a name for my chicken. Excellent name for a chicken. I'm getting 2 chickens, so I need another one. Okay. Note to self, never let my husband name anything.
With I Don't Know and Dog happily settled in their coop, I decided to go check out the new JojaMart warehouse, and honestly, it was pretty boring. But undeterred, I headed back to JojaMart to find out how much my first community development project was going to cost, and the realization of my task was starting to sink in.
Oof, am I really going to get this done by the end of summer? Ugh. I'm like 2 weeks into spring. I'm questioning my life choices right now.
And unfortunately for me, my self-doubt was only going to get worse.
Oh no, the clue! No! I'm a really bad farmer.
I Hi, chickens! Thank you, chickies. I promise I'll get you a silo soon.
So with my promise to my chickens, I set to work trying to find all the clay that I would need to make a silo. I checked in on my mushroom farm and I even made a couple of tappers. Chased Mayor Lewis around town with a fish until he gave me a ticket that I could use in his fancy machine and get myself some carrots. And before I knew it, it was on to day 22.
If I'm lucky, I might just get 2 done, maybe? Still not super confident I'm gonna get it all done. I gotta be honest.
Even with my confidence waning, I still managed to give it my all, even if my all means accidentally destroying my crops yet again.
I keep hitting the wrong button and I keep destroying my crops. I've got no questions that it's a skill issue, but it's also infuriating.
In compensation for destroying my carrots, I managed to obtain an orange sapling, broke open some geodes, spent the majority of my time fishing, managed to get down to the level 30 of the mines, and stood alone, like a loser, at the flower dance. I honestly don't know why I keep coming here. No one ever wants to dance with me. With the arrival of day 25 and the end of spring looming ever closer, my confidence was at an all-time low.
I have 3 days to make 5 grand. I wonder if I can do it. I'm gonna eat my soup. I'm gonna fish in the ocean until I've run out of soup, and then I'm gonna fish in the river until I've run out of soup, and then I'm gonna fish in the mountains until I've run out of soup.
And while I fished happily in the mountains, little did I know that I was about to see my first real win of this season.
It's the most I've made in a single day yet. Oh, I'm happy with that. Hot damn.
And that was exactly the little confidence boost that I needed to keep on going. With the spring in my step, I did my daily chores and even started to clear out some more space for the bounty of summer crops that we're about to behold. And as I've done for the past 26 days, I closed my day out with a spot of fishing.
Oh, I got an iridium halibut. That's nice.
And seemingly, all of my hard work paid off. With 2 days left of spring, I finally had enough money to purchase my first community development project.
I'm excited. This is my first one. I did it. I did it for you, oh Lord and Saviour.
But of course, my work wasn't done quite yet. To celebrate, I headed to the fish shop to change my bobber and headed back into the mines where I managed to get all the way down to level 40. And I headed to bed that night with a smile on my face, knowing that Morris and his minions were working hard to get my minecart up and running. And even with a significant win under my belt as we head into the last day of spring, my confidence that I was going to get this all finished by the end of summer was still quite low.
I'm not confident I'm going to get it all completed by the end of summer. I'm just not anymore. If I can get it done by the end of fall, that might be good. That might be fun. But my dwindling hope of getting it all completed by summer is somewhat fleeting. I need to make a better plan.
And that is exactly what I did. As I stood in the rain, fishing my last day of spring away, I started to compile a new plan of action as we headed into summer. The plan broke down into 2 parts. The first was going to focus on farming, putting all of my concentration into 3 types of specific crops. High profiting crops and fertilizing them with deluxe grow so they grow quicker, crops that reproduce multiple times in a season, and treating them with basic fertilizer in the hope that they produce gold or silver levels of crops. And finally, crops that take the least time to grow for a quick turnaround and profit. And by the start of day 2, the first part of my plan was well underway.
Chester, get off my crops. This is super important. I need you tonight not be sitting in my crops. I'm trying to build us a life here, boy. The corporate greed.
And while part 1 of the plan is self-sufficient and doesn't really need my intervention all that often, the second part of the plan is utilizing my fishing skills. Much like I did in a lot of spring, summer is also going to see me doing an awful lot of fishing. And since during the summer months the ocean seems to be the best for profitable fish, that's where you're going to find me. So with my plan set in motion, the only thing to do now is figure out what I'm going to do next.
I need to figure out what I'm going to do next at the JojaMart. Oh yeah, like you can talk, Shane. I've seen the state of your room.
The start of day 3 saw a very interesting letter land in my mailbox.
Oh, you've lost your pants, you say? Well, isn't that unfortunate for you?
But unfortunately for Mayor Lewis, looking for his lucky purple shorts was not on my to-do list.
So according to the Reddit, if you fish in this spot here, apparently all the fish you catch are really high quality. And so far, the Reddit is proving correct. I like it when a plan comes together.
When I got tired of fishing, I spent more time down in the mines, and I finally got that axe upgrade.
Oh, yes.
It was honestly incredibly satisfying.
Ah, I forgot to get a melon. Nuts. Excuse me, Mr. Joja. I would like 1 melon, please. Thank you.
And with the new melon seed procured, I spent the rest of the day and into the night fishing. On the start of day 5, I was welcomed to a disappointing revelation.
I never sold any of my stuff yesterday. Well, that was silly. Hi, chicken. Hi, chicken. Egg. Egg. Mayonnaise. Egg, egg. In 5 days, I've managed to accumulate 10 grand. That is interesting information.
With my farm chores done for the day, I headed into town to check out the Help Wanted board and find a carp to rub on Elliot's nose, and I found myself questioning what I should do next.
Do I upgrade the backpack? Feel like I want to get another Joja thing under my belt first. I think I want to go for the bus first. I think I'm going to go for the most expensive and then work my way back. I think that's going to be more beneficial.
And with that decision taken care of, I headed back to the beach to build the bridge to get over to the other side.
Ooh, look at all the fun things to collect over here. This is nice. Concerned Ape, I have a gripe. Why can't we walk across the tide pools? Like, it feels like you should be able to walk across them. This is the best game ever. Oh my god, look at my little hat. I've never found the propeller hat before. Oh, just look at me. Look how happy I am. The little fish.
But even the excitement of finding the propeller hat couldn't distract me from my real-world problems, as I got very tangled in my headphone wire.
Oh my god, I got tangled. Help. Ah, no, wait, no, come back. Oh my god, I'm not doing very well. I'm leaving. I'm running away. Me and my propeller hat are going. Oh, it only dropped me 1 sunflower seed. Rude.
The next handful of days was once again rinse and repeat, tending to my crops, my animals, and doing a lot of fishing. I saw my first melon harvest of the summer and made a preserves jar. With all of my chores done for that day, I decided to head down and go see my good friend Marnie, because even though I'm being a bit of an antisocial git here in Pelican Town, Marnie's the only one I've managed to strike up a friendship with. But of course, it's all superficial.
And I'm going to name this chicken. Because really, I'm just here to pick up clumsy Mayor Lewis's purple shorts. Now, any good citizen would take these purple shorts and deliver them personally to Mayor Lewis. I, on the other hand, am not a good citizen.
Donned in my knockoff shorts, I headed down to the beach to show Mayor Lewis my new outfit. I think he liked it. I got myself a rod upgrade and spent a lot of time fishing down by the docks. I also spent some quality time down the mines where I got to level 50.
Ooh, some combat boots. They're gonna go lovely with my purple shorts. Oh yeah, that just sets off the whole outfit.
With the arrival of day 11, I decided that I'd been working very hard and it was time for me to have a little fun.
Oh, has it? My time has come. Well, I was gonna spend the day fishing, but I think there's a much more important thing that needs to be done today. I shall attend the luau. I'm not usually one for the community spirit. But I think I will attend the luau for one reason and one reason only. To give something delicious to the luau soup. Something a little bit cottony, perhaps. A little bit purple. Might be spotty, but who's to say? Yes, Governor. Taste my soup. Oh, I'm disgusting myself with that one. That's funny. Oh, I made myself happy with that. Can I take the shorts back, please? Oh, I don't get to keep the shorts. That's a shame.
And after my fun little adventure of embarrassing Mayor Lewis, it was back to work. Tending the farm, looking after the animals, rummaging in the trash, and of course, fishing. But with an added new mod to make my experience more enjoyable. And I spent quite a bit of time down the mines. What with being so close to my next financial goal, every little helped at this point.
Oh, shut up. I got 2 diamonds? Nice.
And those 2 diamonds certainly helped because at day 14, I was able to get my next community project.
Morris, my boy, I have something for you.
With the bus now complete, there was only 3 more community projects that I needed to focus on. Feeling rejuvenated after yet another win, I worked my little socks off the next few days, having quite the harvest on day 16 and having Lucky Purple grow up. I spent a lot of time down in the mines getting all the way down to level 77 and of course, even more fishing. But I also treated myself with a trip to the Calico Desert.
Is anyone else ever concerned that the supposed town drunk is also the bus driver? Just an observation.
I went and said hi to Sandy and finally managed to get myself some lights for my house. And it was on day 18 when all that hard work paid off and I was able to tick off a 3rd community project. Now things were starting to get serious. With 9 days left of summer and 2 community projects left to finish, everything was coming down to the wire. I harvested everything I could at the quarry purely to sell, and I got myself the golden scythe, mostly for funsies. Every geode I found went to Clint's. Not a single trash can was left unrummaged. Every quest accepted. I mined until I was physically exhausted, and there was so much fishing. I swear, I never want to see in-game fishing ever again. But all that hard work most certainly paid off as I was gifted with my most profitable day yet. With that tidy little nest egg sitting in my bank account, I was more determined than ever to see this through to the end. Which meant a hell of a lot more fishing in all kinds of weather. And getting even more acquainted with the mines as I head down to level 90. And by day 23, we were even closer to that finishing line, as I finally managed to get the greenhouse checked off, leaving us with only 1 development project left. Three days left and my nerves are completely shot. I'm ticking off quests left, right and centre just to try and get some extra cash. And I spend my entire days at the docks fishing. I get so desperate for money that I start selling everything. Not just the items that I procured that day. No, we're talking everything from wood to iron bars to stone to fibre to clay. Anything I can get my grubby little mitts on, I am selling it for all it's worth. By some divine miracle, I had done it. And I wasted 0 time in heading down to the JojaMart and waiting patiently outside for my lord and master to open up so I could purchase the final community project. And with nothing else left to do, I head home. And I call it an early night. And with 1 day of summer left to spare, I had completed the JojaMart run-through within the first 2 seasons of year 1. I honestly didn't think I'd get here. Tested my sanity at times, but I will hold that Joja fridge high above my head with pride. Now all there's left for me to do is get one of those handy-dandy automated animal petters. Well, on second thoughts, maybe not. And that concludes my speedrun at the JojaMart. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it too. Let me know of any other Stardew challenges that you think I should try down in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.